So I was just doing my usual TikTok scrolling, that doom scrolling, not ending, wasting my time. That's besides the point. But when I was doing that doom scrolling, I kept on coming up with this whole thing about the lock-in, the great lock-in everywhere. When I was scrolling, I'm just keep on seeing these videos of people talking about the great lock-in. So this is apparently something about focusing on your goals for the remainder of this year. So for the next 4 months, all you'll be doing is locking in on your goals, whether it's for your health, your financial, your relationship, whatever it is, you are locking in and not having any excuses. You have to be really be disciplined and consistent and all those stuff, right? So I was like, is this a sign? Is this a sign being sent to me that I need to lock in? And I was debating about it. I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh, should I join in onto this bandwagon of the great lock-in? Should I do it too? Because I kept on saying it, right? So I was like, okay, I've seen it way too many times. Way too many times. I've tried to ignore it and all the stuff. And I've been watching some of it and trying to see what are the rules, what are people doing, and all this stuff, right? And I kept on trying to look for excuses, reasons why not to do it, right? But I was like, you know what? For the last 4 months of this year, let me try to lock in too. Let me join in, right? Because sometimes when you join in a group of people doing things, kind of gives you an extra motivation. You want to do it, and just using that energy, right? Where everyone else is all pumped up and ready to do it for the last 4 months of this year. So I was like, okay, why not? Why not? What are the excuses I'm going to come up with? Yeah, I come up with those excuses, then what? But why not just jump on it and do it as well? So I've decided I'm going to do the lock-in and I'm going to be focusing on my goals or for losing weight. So to me, it's almost like a reset again to my goals that I've already set from the beginning of the year, but I'm doing a whole reset after the vacations, after everything that we've done. So what I've been doing was looking back at this whole year, what I've done, what has helped, what has worked for me, and what I want to focus on for the next 4 months, and how am I going to be successful in those things, using the lessons that I've already learned from the beginning of this year, and taking those things that have worked for me before and using them for this lock-in so that I can be successful, right? Because I was really sitting down and really evaluating to see what I wanted to focus on. I wanted to make sure that I'm setting goals that are realistic, that I'll be able to achieve and able to stick with them for the next 4 months, right? Because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a big thing of being consistent and being disciplined. So I'm going to try it out. I don't know if you guys have heard about this whole lock-in. Are you joining in? Are you doing it? What are you going to be focusing on in this great lock-in? So today's September 1st is the first day of the lock-in challenge that I've decided to join in. So with the great lock-in is to make sure that you lock in for the rest of the year. So we're left with the 4 months of this year. So I'm planning to lock in onto my goals. It's a restart of my goals that I set up from the beginning of this year. So now as we go to the last quarter of this year, I want to refocus again, make sure that I'm more disciplined, more consistent in getting this lock-in done and achieve the goals that I've set. So as I refocus on my fitness and weight loss journey, I plan on to continue on with the low carb diet and also continue on with doing the 10,000 steps and going to be consistent with exercises. So that's going to be a big thing. I need to be consistent. That's going to be the main focus, being consistent, being more disciplined, no more making excuses. Because I found from the beginning of this year, when I was just re-evaluating what is happening since the beginning of this year, right? From the time I started this journey, I was just looking to see what has worked for me and what hasn't worked for me. And I found I was giving in way too easily into my own excuses and then just giving up or not putting enough effort. So I said for this last 4 months of this year, I'm going to be locking in. I'm going to be fully committed. I'm going to be not giving any more excuses. If I think of doing things, I'm going to be doing it. So one thing I also enjoyed from the beginning of this year, what I found that was really helpful, is when I focused on challenges, especially the small challenges. So for this next 4 months, I'm going to be doing short challenges at a time. So I'm going to be focusing on 2 weeks at a time. So if I can accomplish that challenge for 2 weeks, I can do it again for the next 2 weeks and the next 2 weeks. And before you know it, I've done it for a month, for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Before you know it, I'm already done, right? Because I feel like if I just say the whole 4 months and focus it to say I want to do this for the whole 4 months, I'm gonna feel a little bit overwhelmed and feel like, oh my gosh, this is so much to do. Will I be able to accomplish it? But if I break it down into smaller challenges, I think it will be much easier for me to focus, to say, okay, I'm just doing this for 2 weeks. Let's focus on these 2 weeks, see how we do, be more disciplined, be consistent, and see what results we can get. And then when I accomplish that, move on to the next phase, the next 2 weeks, and then keep on doing that over and over and over again. So I feel like that's be more fun and won't feel like, oh my gosh, this is so long, whatever, right? It's gonna be such short interviews at a time, and then after that, progress more and keep on doing it until I finish the whole 4 months. So the other thing I said I'm going to be focusing on this great lock-in challenge for the next 4 months is to make sure that I drink more water. So I'm going to be focusing on increasing my water intake to at least 3 liters a day. I've done this before, focusing on water, but I keep sliding back and not drinking enough liquids in a day. So I'm going to be making sure that I'm drinking 3 liters a day and make it a priority. So that's going to be really important because we need to hydrate our bodies, right? We need to hydrate. I need to keep myself hydrated. So I need to be focusing on that and drinking more water. And the next thing I'm going to be focusing on is the sleep. I need to be sleeping more, doing at least 8 hours a day. So I'm going to be focusing on that and making sure that I get enough sleep so that I'm rested, right? Because it's important to rest. And I need to also now stop this whole thing of going to bed with my phone, because I spend at least over an hour still scrolling whilst in bed, right, when I'm supposed to be sleeping. And then now I only have a few hours to sleep. So I'm going to be putting my phone on the side and go to bed and not touch my phone. So that's going to be a big challenge, because I need to work on that doom scrolling to stop it. It's wasting my time. It's taking my time away from sleep, for example, right? So that's also one thing I'm going to be focusing on for this whole locking in challenge that I'm going to be starting starting today. So I'm going to be using these videos as a way of tracking my progress and staying accountable. So I'll continue on doing these videos. So I said I'm going to be working on sleeping more. One thing I also want to work on is to stop snoozing a lot in the morning. So as soon as the alarm goes off, I need to get up and get ready for the day. And I want to prepare for the day before, like in the night before. I want to start preparing what I need to get ready for the next day, right? So if it's clothes for the next day, I need to prepare that, everything, so that there's not that much friction. If I said I'm going to be exercising in the morning, I need to prepare all that the night before, so that there's no friction in the morning. When I wake up, I know I'm going to just have all my stuff ready, get up and get ready, and stop all this snoozing and avoiding and procrastinating. And before you know it, I've already wasted so much time, and I'm now jumping and rushing and stressed as the day starts, right? So that's all going to be stopping. I'm going to be focusing on being more organized for the next 4 months of this year. So time to lock in. I can't wait to see the results after 4 months of locking in. So this is a message to my future self. I'm proud of what you have done. I'm proud of all the work you have done to be where you are today on December 31st. Look what you have done. We are proud of you. I'm proud of you. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. And I know you will do it. So let us make each other proud. So the old me and the new me, we're going to be proud of you. We're going to come back to this and see how far we have come and have accomplished. I know you can do it. I'm proud of all the work that you've done. So we are starting off today, September 1, 2025, weighing at 293.2. So at the end of the year, we're going to come back, and I know you're going to be proud of the work that you've done and be proud of how far you've come and the work that you've done and prioritizing yourself for once. I'm going to be proud of you. So don't give up. I know you can do it. Just keep on going. Each and every day, it's progress. You're making progress. So I'm proud of you. So who else is locking in for the last 4 months of the year? We can do it. We can do it. Comment below and let me know if you're joining in with this challenge, if you heard about it, if you're interested in, if you're doing it or skipping it. Just let us know. I'm also interested to see who else is also jumping on the bandwagon of the last 4 months lock in. I know we can do it. We can do it. This is the last sprint of the year. We set all these goals at the beginning of the year, we still have time to make it happen. So this is the time to lock in and make it happen for the rest of the year. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm pumped, I'm ready, and I know I can do it. I'm going to be proud of all the progress that I'm going to be making. And I know you also, if you get training in, you'll be able to achieve whatever goals that you're setting for yourself for the rest of the year. So yes, guys, let's do this. We can do this. I'll see you in the next video.